So we are at Surety Hotel in Des Moines, Iowa. And this building is really one of the cornerstone historic buildings of the city. So located right across the street from the courthouse, built in 1913. And for many years it sat empty and was many different things. It was a restaurant, it was a coffee shop, it was office buildings, and then sat vacant for several years. And so everybody is very excited to see it come back to its full glory.
The Hippee Building was a project of George B. Hippee. George Hippee was a local businessman who had his fingers in lots of different things, but this was a big undertaking for him. 12-story steel frame masonry building, gorgeous outside. The building had been largely vacant for several years. In addition to that, the lower floors had started being rehabilitated, but essentially stopped at the demolition stage. So the first floor in particular was a mess. There were wires hanging all over the place. There was a lot of demolition of historic features.
From really this floor up was in very good condition. It was really just from here down that we needed to do more work. There was a renovation in the 50s that had removed a lot of the material from this floor down.
Well, the way the process started is that the developer, the Aparium Group, came to me to establish the initial eligibility for historic tax credits. So I was one of the early people to come on, I believe, and then they start creating a team, knowing that the building is indeed eligible for the National Register, meaning that then it's eligible for the tax credit programs.
My favorite part of the building, hands down, is our staircase. The historic staircase, it's old cast iron, marble steps. We'd spent a lot of time and money to be able to preserve that staircase and keep it open. But it's just beautiful. The number of wedding photography, engagement photography, or just family photos that are taken on that staircase is quite remarkable.
So this building only had one staircase, but it had been enclosed because fire code requires it to be enclosed. We wanted to open that back up. So my discussions with the city, exploring how to address that from a code point of view, was the big task. To be able to do that, we had to really focus on how to alleviate smoke from the staircase itself, so that people coming down in the building can still get out of the building, and we're not going to have smoke rising up in the shaft. There's actually a bit of a glass drop curtain that comes down from the ceiling. The height of that glass curtain this is a taller ceilinged floor, so we needed to come down to the same height that all the other floors are at, so that it would be a balanced system.
So our courtyard that's located just on the side of our building, that was actually originally a parking lot. So when we started the construction of the building, they tore all of that out and replaced it with the pavers that are now in the courtyard. And so sitting down there in the courtyard, enjoying the nice weather of Des Moines, it's great to be able to look up and see the financial building. You can see the courthouse, the existing old steam flue that's a part of the building. It's just a really great space to be. Mulberry Street Tavern is our restaurant that's just located on the corner of 6th and Mulberry. So it was a great addition to the building, and it's kind of the corner piece of our property. At night it's illuminated and it looks beautiful from the outside. One of the great things that we were able to retain in that space was the transom windows. So those are all original transom windows throughout the restaurant area. So Surety Hotel is a great trademark for the city. This corner sat empty for many years, and it was just kind of a gray and cold space of the city, which is really unfortunate because it's right across the street from our historic courthouse. So once we were able to work on the renovation and get this corner activated again, it really brought this section of the city back to life.
I think the main takeaway that I hope people see is that all projects have the ability to be transformed into something that's usable today, which every day we move forward in our lives, we understand more and more how important history is in our community, how important it is to maintain a physical connection to history, how important a beautiful building is in bringing some additional aspect to the quality of our lives. And every opportunity we have to save a building like this, we got to jump at it.